I believe in America. America has made my fortune, and I raised my daughter in the American fashion. I gave her freedom. I taught her never to dishonor her family. She found a boyfriend, not an Italian. She went to the movies with him. She stayed out late. I didn't protest. 2 months ago, he took her for a drive with another boyfriend. They made her drink whiskey, and then they tried to take advantage of her. She resisted. She kept her honor. So they beat her like an animal. When I went to the hospital, her nose was broken. Her jaw was shattered, held together by wire. She couldn't even weep because of the pain. But I wept. Why did I weep? She was the light of my life. Beautiful girl. Now she will never be beautiful again. Bonasera breaks down. The Don gestures to Sonny to give Bonasera a drink. Sorry. Bonasera, taking the drink, takes a sip. I went to the police. Like a good American. These two boys were brought to trial. The judge sentenced them to 3 years in prison. Suspended sentence. Suspended sentence. They went free that very day. I stood in the courtroom like a fool, and those two bastards, they smiled at me. Then I say to my wife, for justice, we must go to Don Corleone. Vito Corleone, sitting behind his desk, petting a cat. And why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first? What do you want of me? Tell me anything, but do what I beg you to do. And what is that? Bonasera gets up to whisper his request into Don Corleone's ear. That I cannot do. I'll give you anything you ask. We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you came to me for counsel, for help. I can't remember the last time you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee. Even though my wife is godmother to your only child, but let's be frank here. You never wanted my friendship. And you were afraid to be in my debt. I didn't want to get into trouble. I understand. You found paradise in America, had good trade. made a good living. The police protected you. And there were courts of law, and you didn't need a friend of me. Meow. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, give me justice. But you don't ask with respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather. Instead, you come to my house on the day my daughter is to be married, and you ask me to do murder. Murder for money. I ask you for justice. That is not justice. Meow. Your daughter is still alive. Then they can suffer as she suffers. Then how much shall I pay you? Bonasera, Bonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? Had you come to me in friendship, then this scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And by chance, if an honest man such as yourself should make enemies, then they would become my enemies. And then they would fear you. Be my friend! Then, after the bowing, the Don shrugs. Godfather? Bonasera kisses his hand. Good. Then, someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But, until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day. Bonasera begins to leave the room. Grazie, Godfather. Grazie, Godfather. Prego. Then to Tom Hagen as Bonasera leaves the room and they close the door. I give this to Clemenza. I want reliable people that aren't going to be carried away. I mean, we're not murderers. Despite what this undertaker says. Cut 2. Connie's wedding reception. We hear the music of Connie's wedding day. Connie's wedding day. We hear the music at the reception. Cut to Connie and Carlo at the head table. Cut to the family gathers for a family portrait. Vito Corleone to Sonny. Where's Michael? Sonny Corleone. Don't worry, Pop. It's it's early. We're not taking the picture without Michael. Then he tells the photographer that in Italian. La picture. Tom Hagen. Hey, what's the matter, Sonny? It's Michael. Cut to the Dawn meeting some guests outside. Cut to Mama dancing with Sonny's twin girls. Cut to Connie and Carlo laughing with guests at the head of the table. Cut to long shot of guests dancing. Cut to FBI arrive at the entrance. Cut to Clemenza dancing with his wife. Cut to the FBI take license plate numbers. Cut to Tessio sitting at a table with Carmela and twins, tossing himself an orange. Cut to FBI continuing to take license plate numbers. Cut to Don Barzini arrives. Vito Corleone speaks to him. Hey, Don Barzini. Then Vito Corleone introduces Barzini to someone else in Italian. Hey. Cut to Clemenza is dancing, gets tired, and spins off the dance floor laughing. Clemenza after dancing. Hey, Paulie! Let me have some wine! Paulie! More wine! Scusi, please. Then in view to Clemenza handing him a pitcher quarter full of wine. Oh, you look terrific on the dance floor. Hey, what are you, a dance judge or something? If I mind your own damn business, he says in Italian. Go take a walk around the neighborhood. Do your job. Cut to Sonny pinches Lucy Mancini's cheek as he walks towards his wife. Sandra. Hey, Sandra, do me a favor, all right? Watch the kids. Don't let them run wild, all right? Sandra responds, will you watch yourself, all right? Cut to reception continues with part 2 of Connie's wedding song. We first see Tessio dancing with a young girl standing on his feet. Hey, Tessio, cosa fai? Cut to Don Corleone dancing with his wife, Carmela. Cut to Connie collecting gifts for her bridal purse. Paulie is watching. 23rd grade. He's watching. He's looking at the bag. 30 grand in small bills, cash, in that little silk purse. Maron. If this was someone else's wedding, so fortunato. Hey, Paulie, I got 2 gabagool, and prosciutto. Hey, you stupid jerk. Cut to a photographer takes Barzini's picture. Barzini motions to his men to get the camera. Photographer says, hey, what's the matter? The men bring the film to Barzini, who exposes and crumples it. Cut to Tom going up to his wife, Teresa, who's sitting at a table at the reception. Hey, I have to go back to work. Oh, Tom. It's part of the wedding. No Sicilian can refuse any request on his daughter's wedding day. Tom passes by Luca Brasi, who is rehearsing his lines and what he's going to say to Don Corleone when he enters the room. Don Corleone, I am honored to and grateful that you have invited me to your home. Don Corleone, I am honored and grateful. Cut to Sonny goes out into the driveway to see the FBI guys. The mazurka ends. Hey, what's this? What's this? Get out of here. It's a private party. Go on. Then to the FBI man in a car. Hey, what is it? It's my sister's wedding. The FBI man shows him a badge. Sonny looks at it
and spits. He turns and walks away. Goddamn FBI, don't respect nothing. Jazz music begins to play from the party. Then to the photographer, hey, come here, come here, come here. He smashes the photographer's camera, which Paulie then kicks. They look at the wreckage. Sonny looks at it a little longer, pulls out some cash. Cut to the Don's office. Day. He's not on the list, but Luca Brasi wants to see you. Is this necessary? He didn't expect to be invited to the wedding, so he wanted to thank you. All right. Cut to outside of the Corleone residence. Luca sits rehearsing his lines out loud. Don Corleone, I'm honored and grateful that you have invited me to your home on the day of your daughter, and may their first child be a masculine child. Don Corleone, I am Don Corleone. Kay, sitting at a nearby table, speaks to Michael. Michael, that man over there is talking to himself. See that scary guy over there? On the wedding day of your daughter, your wedding day. Michael glances over at Luca. He's a very scary guy. Well, who is he? What's his name? His name is Luca Brasi, and he helps my father out sometimes. Luca stands up, facing Mike and Kay, seemingly coming over to them. Oh, Michael, wait a minute. He's coming over here. Tom appearing in view. Mike! Oh. Hey, Mike! Mike! You look terrific! My brother Tom Hagen, this is Kay Adams. How do you do? How do you do, Tom? Tom whispers into Michael's ear. Your father's been asking for you. Then to Kay before he leaves. Very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Then after Tom exits to bring Luca into the Don's office. Michael, if he's your brother, why does he have a different name? Oh, that. Well, when my brother, Sonny, was a kid, he found Tom Hagen in the street. And he had no home, and so my father took him in, and he's been with us ever since. He's a good lawyer. Not Sicilian, but I think he's going to be consigliere. What's that? That's like a counselor, an advisor, very important to the family. You like your lasagna? Cut to Luca Brasi in Don Corleone's office at day. Luca Brasi kisses the Don's left cheek. Don Corleone, I am honored and grateful that you have invited me to your daughter's wedding. Then after realizing he's already messed up his rehearsed lines, he fails to recover. On the day of your daughter's wedding, and I hope that their first child be a masculine child. I pledge my never-ending loyalty. Plain kids run into the room and then are escorted out by Tom. Hey, get the hell out of here. Get out of here. Then as Luca hands Don Corleone a cash-filled envelope. For your daughter's bridal purse. Oh, thank you, Luca, my most valued friend. Don Corleone, I'm going to leave you now because I know you are busy. Oh, thank you. Tom escorts Luca out. Cut to bride and groom dance to Godfather Foxtrot. Sonny moves closer to Lucy to whisper into her ear. Cut to Sandra gesturing to other women about the size of Sonny's penis. And they laugh. Sandra turns to see Lucy get up to meet Sonny. She's not happy. Cut to singing and dancing on stage. A voice urges Mama Corleone to come up to the stage to sing. Hey, Signora Corleone! Hey, sing! Hey, sing! No. Okay, and then she agrees to sing. La stessa storia? La stessa storia! She starts to sing. Cut to Sonny going upstairs. Cut to an old man continues. Luna Mezzabara. Cut to Lucy Mancini going upstairs. The old man who was singing is now dancing. Cut to the Don's office. Tom. Senator Cawley apologized for not coming personally. He said you'd understand. Also, some of the judges, they've all sent gifts. Then, toasting the Don. Salud! Screaming of joy from the party outside.
What is that?
Cut to outside. Johnny Fontane enters the party, signing autographs. Hey! Oh my God, Johnny Fontane! Oh my God! Johnny, I love you! Cut to the Don's office. The Don is looking out the window.
He came all the way from California to come to the wedding. I told you he was going to come.
Well, it's been 2 years. He's probably in trouble again.
He's a good godson.
Cut to the bandstand area. Johnny, hey, sing a song. The crowd encourages Johnny Fontane to sing, and he gives in. Cut to Michael and Kay's table during the day. Mike, you never told me you knew Johnny Fontane. Yeah, sure. You want to meet him? Huh? Well, sure. My father helped him with his career. For my Connie. I have but one heart. He did? How? She's asking how Michael's father helped him with his career. How? Let's listen to the song. Oh, Michael. Cut to Johnny singing to Connie, who's seated, then pan the crowd cheering as Johnny sings. This heart I bring you, I have but one heart to share with you. I have but one dream. Please, Michael, tell me. Well, when Johnny was first starting out, he was signed to this personal service contract with a big band leader. And as his career got better and better, he wanted to get out of it. Now, Johnny is my father's godson. And my father went to see this band leader and he offered him $10,000 to let Johnny go. But the band leader said no. So the next day, my father went to see him, only this time with Luca Brasi. And within an hour, he signed a release for a certified check of $1,000. Well, how'd he do that? My father made him an offer he couldn't refuse. What was that? Luca Brasi held a gun to his head, and my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract. That's a true story. That's my family, Kay. That's not me. Cut to bandstand area. Bene, bene! The song is finished and we hear applause. Yay! The Don goes out to meet and hug Johnny, and they and other guests toast. Hey, salud! The mazurka music and dancing continues. My godson comes all the way from California. Let's give him a glass of wine. Salud! Johnny whispers into the Don's ear that he wants to talk to him.
I'll take care of it.
Then to Tom.
Tom, I want you to find Santino. Tell him to come to the office.
Tom looks up as if he knows what Sonny's up to. Cut to Michael and Kay's table at the reception. Michael, with Kay, gets tapped in the head by Fredo. Oh! Then noticing Fredo. Hey, how are you, Fredo? Fredo, my brother Fredo. This is Kay Adams. Oh, hi. Fredo, apparently drunk. How you doing? Then after Fredo kisses Kay on the cheek. This is my kid brother, Mike. Are you having a good time? Huh? Oh yeah. This your friend, huh? Cut to Johnny Fontane in the Don's office. I don't know what to do. My voice is weak. It's weak. Anyway, if I had this part in the picture, you know, it puts me right back on top again. But this man out there, he won't give it to me. The head of the studio.
What's his name?
Waltz. He won't give it to me, and he says there's no chance. No chance. Cut to Tom looking for Sonny inside the house. Sonny! Sonny and Lucy are going at it, standing against a door in an upstairs bedroom. Tom goes upstairs, then knocks on the bedroom door. Sonny, you in there? What? Your old man wants to see you. Yeah. 1 minute. Tom smiles and walks away as Sonny and Lucy continue. Oh, sorry. Oh, Sonny! Cut to a woman singing Italian song opera-like on the stage. Cut to the Don's office. Johnny, as Tom quietly enters the Don's office, says, a month ago, he bought the movie rights to this book. Bestseller. And the main character, it's a guy just like me. I wouldn't even have to act. Just be myself. Oh, Godfather, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. You can act like a man. What's the matter with you? Is this how you turn out? A Hollywood fanook that cries like a woman? What can I do? What is this nonsense? It's ridiculous. Sonny enters the room. Vito says to Johnny after glancing to see Sonny enter,
You spend time with your family?
Well, sure I do.
Good. Because a man who doesn't spend a dime with his family can never be a real man. Come here. You look terrible. I want you to eat. I want you to rest a while. And in a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's going to give you what you want.
Well, it's too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Now you just go outside and enjoy yourself and Forget about all this nonsense. I want you to leave it all to me.
All right. Johnny exits.
Well,
Cut to the cake coming out. Nazarene the baker takes a proud bow. The tarantella plays again. Cut to the Don's office.
oh, what time does my daughter leave with the bridegroom?
Well, in a few minutes, right after they cut the cake. We hear clinking glasses from outside. Now, your new son-in-law, give him something important?
Never. Give him a living, but never discuss the family business with him. What else?
Virgil Salazzo called. Now, we're going to have to give him a day sometime next week.
Well, we'll discuss it when you come back from California.
When am I going to California?
I want you to go tonight. I want you to talk to this movie big shot and settle this business for Johnny. Now, if there's nothing else, I'd like to go to my daughter's wedding.
Cut to the yard. The clinking glasses have stopped. Mama sees Carlo and Connie kissing. Carlo, we're going to take the picture. Michael goes to get Kay for a photo. Wait a minute. No, Michael, not me. Okay, that's it. Now hold it, the photographer says. Ah, isn't that nice? All right, start talking. Okay. Tom arrives in Hollywood by plane. He takes a cab, then walks by foot through Waltz International Pictures in Hollywood. Oh, isn't that nice? Waltz sees Tom and walks towards him. All right, start talking. I was sent by a friend of Johnny Fontane's. His friend is my client, who'd give his undying friendship to Mr. Waltz if Mr. Waltz would grant us a small favor. Waltz is listening. Okay, give Johnny the part in that new war film you're starting next week. And what favor would your friend grant Mr. Waltz? You're going to have some union problems. My client could make them disappear. Also, one of your top stars has just moved from marijuana to heroin. Are you trying to muscle me? Absolutely not. Now listen to me, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Let me lay it on the line for you. And your boss, whoever he is. Johnny Fontane will never get that movie. I don't care how many greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork. I'm German-Irish. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. I'm going to go make so much trouble for you, you don't know what hit you. Mr. Waltz, I'm a lawyer. I have not threatened you. I know almost every big lawyer in New York. Who the hell are you? I have a special practice. I handle one client. Now, you have my number. I'll wait for your call. By the way, I admire your pictures very much. He walks away. Waltz says to a staff member, check him out. Cut to later, Tom and Waltz walking around Waltz's estate. Wow, this is really beautiful. Oh, look at this. You used to decorate the palace of a king. Oh, yeah, very nice. Why didn't you say you worked for Corleone, Tom? Thought you was just some cheap two-bit hustler Johnny was running and trying to bluff me. I don't like to use his name unless it's really necessary. How's your drink, Tom? That's fine. Hey, come on over here with me. I want to show you something really beautiful. You do appreciate beauty, don't you? There you are. He shows him a horse. $600,000 on 4 hooves. I bet a Russian czar never paid that kind of dough for a single horse. Cartoon. I'm not going to race him, though. I'm going to put him out to stud. He's beautiful. Thanks, Tony. Now, let's get something to eat, huh? Cut to Waltz's dinner table in the early evening. Mr. Corleone is Johnny's godfather to the Italian people. That's a very religious, sacred, close relationship. I respect that. Just tell him he should ask me anything else, but this is one favor I can't give him. He doesn't ask a second favor once he's been refused the first. Understood? Waiter fills Tom's wine glass twice. You don't understand. Johnny Fontane never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. And I'm going to run him out of the business. And let me tell you why. Johnny Fontane ruined one of Waltz International's most valuable proteges. For 5 years, we had her under training. Singing lessons, acting lessons, dancing lessons. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on her. I was going to make her a big star. And let me be even more frank, just to show you that I'm not a hard-hearted man and that it's not all dollars and cents. She was beautiful. She was young. She was innocent. She was the greatest piece of ass I ever had, and I've had them all over the world. And then Johnny Fontane comes along with his olive oil voice, and she runs off. She threw it all away just to make me look ridiculous. And a man in my position can't afford to be made to look ridiculous. Now you get the hell out of here. And if he tries any rough stuff, you tell him I ain't no band leader. Yeah, I heard that story. Tom folds his napkin. Thank you for your dinner and a very pleasant evening. If your car could take me to the airport, Mr. Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news immediately. Tom nods and exits. Cut to a pan of exterior of the Waltz estate. The music, a variation of the title theme. See the interior of Waltz's bedroom. Waltz awakens in a pool of blood. He looks. He doesn't know where the blood is coming from. He checks. There's blood everywhere. He lifts up the sheets and finds cartoons, the horses, severed head in his bed, and screams, "Ah! Ah!" Dissolve to a close-up of Vito Corleone's face as he nods in the evening.
Hey, you're not too tired, are you, Tom?
No, I slept on the plane. Then, as we see Sollozzo entering the Don's office from the street.
I have the Sollozzo notes here. Now, Sollozzo is known as the Turk. He's supposed to be very good with a knife, but only in matters of business or some sort of reasonable complaint. His business is narcotics. He has fields in Turkey where they grow the poppy. And in Sicily, he has the plants to process them into heroin. Now he needs cash and he needs protection from the police, for which he gives a piece of the action. I couldn't find out how much. The Tattaglia family is behind him here in New York. Now they have to be in it for something.
Cut to Sonny introducing himself to Sollozzo, shaking hands in the day. Sonny Corleone. Cut back to the Don, Sonny, and Tom before the meeting in the evening.
What about his prison record?
2 terms, 1 in Italy, 1 here. He's known as a top narcotics man.
Santino, what do you think?
There's a lot of money in that white powder.
Tom?
Well, I say yes. There's more money potential in narcotics than anything else we're looking at. Now, if we don't get into it, someone else will. Maybe one of the 5 families, maybe all of them. Now, with the money they earn, they can buy more police, more political power. Then they come after us. Now, we have the unions, we have the gambling, and they're the best things to have. But narcotics, that's a thing of the future. And if we don't get a piece of that action, we risk everything we have. I mean, not now, but 10 years from now. So what's going to be your answer, Pop? Cut to Sollozzo meeting in Don Corleone's Genco olive oil office. The scene includes the Don Sollozzo, Tom, Sonny, Fredo, Clemenza, and Tessio sitting in this room. Sollozzo speaks. Bene, Don Corleone. I need a man who has powerful friends. I need $1 million in cash. I need, Don Corleone, those politicians that you carry in your pocket, like so many nickels and dimes.
What is the interest for my family?
30%. And in the first year, your end should be $3-4 million. And then it would go up.
And what is the interest for the Tattaglia family?
My compliments. I'll take care of the Tattaglias out of my share.
So I receive 30% for finance, political influence, and legal protection. That's what you're telling me?
That's right.
Why do you come to me? Why do I deserve this generosity?
Well, if you consider $1 million in cash just finance, te salute, Don Corleone. Vito gets up to pour Sollozzo another drink.
I said that I would see you because I heard that you're a serious man to be treated with respect.
He sits down.
But, I must say no to you, and I'll give you my reasons. It's true, I have a lot of friends in politics, but they wouldn't be friendly very long if they knew my business was drugs instead of gambling, which they rule as a harmless vice, but drugs is a dirty business.
Don Corleone?
It doesn't make any difference to me what a man does for his living, understand? But your business is, a little dangerous.
Well, if you're worried about security for your $1 million, the Tattaglias will guarantee it. Sonny sits up and speaks up. Hey, you're telling me that the Tattaglias guarantee our investment?
Wait a minute.
Vito kind of snaps at Sonny. Clemenza and Tom look at each other, realizing Sonny's faux pas. Sollozzo notices.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoiled them, as you could see. They talk when they should listen. But anyway, Signor Sollozzo, my no is final, and I wish to congratulate you. on your new business, and I know you'll do very well. Good luck to you, as best as your interests don't conflict with my interests. Thank you.
The group begins to leave the room. Sollozzo, Clemenza, Tessio, then Fredo. Vito to Sonny.
Santino, come here. What's the matter with you? I think your brain is going soft from all that comedy you're playing with that young girl. Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again. Go on.
Tom. Then a huge flower arrangement appears at the office entrance.
What is this nonsense?
Tom tells him. It's from Johnny, starring in that new film.
Oh, well, take it away.
Yeah, take it over there.
And tell Luca Brasi to come in.
Cut to Luca Brasi sits down in front of the Don at the Genco office.
I'm a little worried about this Sollozzo fella. I want you to find out what he's got under his fingernails, you know? Go to the Tatalia's and make him think that you're not too happy with our family and find out what you can.
Fade from black. Michael and Kay are Christmas shopping outside of Best & Co. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is playing. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. I got something for your mother, Michael, and for Sonny, and a tie for Freddie, and Tom Hagen got the Reynolds pen. And what do you want for Christmas, Kay? Me? It's just you. They kiss. Cut to Luca Brasi getting ready for his meeting. Putting on his vest. Checking his gun. Night. Night falls on the city. Cut to Don Corleone's office.
Andiamo, Fredo. Tell Polly to get the car. We're going.
Okay, Pop, I'll have to get it myself. Pop, Paulie called in sick this morning.
Huh?
Paulie's a good kid. I don't mind getting the car. The office manager helps the Don get his coat.
Buon Natale, Dano. Grazie.
Cut to Luca Brasi walking down a hallway to the bar. Bruno Tattaglia enters the room. Luca. I'm Bruno Tattaglia.
I know.
Sebekero, Scotch. Pre-war.
No bib.
You know who I am? They speak in Italian. You've been talking to the Tattaglia family, right? I think you and I can do business. I need someone strong like you, Luca. I heard you are not happy with the Corleone family. You want to join me? In Italian, Luca responds.
What's in it for me?
In Italian, Sollozzo says, 50,000 to start with.
Ming.
Sollozzo offers his hand to Luca. Agreed? Luca doesn't shake. He takes out a cigarette, which Bruno Tattaglia lights.
Grazie.
Bruno grabs Luca's hand to the bar. Sollozzo rams a knife into it. Oh! Someone comes behind Luca and puts a wire around it. Cut to Tom Hagen exits a store while Christmas shopping. Tom is carrying a sled and some tied up boxes. Santa Claus is coming to town is playing. Salazzo sees Tom. Tom Hagen, Merry Christmas. Then after Tom nods, I'm glad I ran into you. I want to talk to you. Well, I haven't got time. Make time, consigliere. Get in the car. He opens the car door. Well, what are you worried about? If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already. Get in. Dissolve to the Don and Fredo leaving the Genco office late afternoon.
Spera, Fredo. I'm gonna buy some fruit.
Okay, Pop. Vito Corleone to a merchant.
Hey, Merry Christmas. I want some fruit over here. What is this? Give me 3 and that one.
After the Don gets some oranges and a green pepper, he hears footsteps. And then they get faster, running. He begins to run to the car. Fredo! And stumbles and falls onto the car. The 2 gunmen, bow, 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 fire 10 shots at him. The Don screams, oh! And falls over. The assassins run, and the Don falls to the curb. Fredo gets out of the car, but he's fumbling with the gun. I can't. Papa! Cut to Michael and Kay walking outside of Radio City Music Hall, which is showing The Bells of St. Mary's, which Michael and Kay just saw. Mike, would you like me better if I were a nun? You know, like in the story, you know? No. Then would you like me better if I were Ingrid Bergman? Now that's a thought. Oh, Michael. No, I would not like you better if you were Ingrid Bergman. Michael. What's the matter? Michael. They notice a newsstand they had just passed, and Michael picks up the Daily Mirror, which has the headline, Vito Corleone feared murdered. He flips the pages to reveal an inside article. Assassin's gun down Underworld chief. They don't say if he's dead or alive. They run across the street to a phone booth to call Sonny. Sonny, it's Michael. Sonny's voice over the phone. Michael, where you been? Is he all right? We don't know yet. There's all kinds of stories. He was hit bad, Mikey. Sorry. He was hit bad, Mikey. Are you there? Yeah, I'm here. Where you been? I was worried. Didn't Tom tell you? I called. No, look, come home, kid. You should be with Mama. You hear? All right. Cut to Sonny's house just after talking to Michael on the phone. Sonny hangs up. Oh, my God. There's a loud crash heard from outside the house. Oh, Sonny! Sonny searches for and finds the gun from his drawer. Sonny to Sandra at the door after hearing the knocking. Get back! Who is it? Open up, it's Clemenza. What? Clemenza enters. There's more news about your old man. The word is out on the street he's already dead. Watch your mouth. What's the matter with you? Jesus Christ, take it easy. Oh, where was Paulie? Paulie's out sick. He's been calling sick all winter. How many times has he been sick? Only maybe 3-4 times. 3-4 times? I asked Freddie if he wants to get a different bodyguard, and he says no. Listen, do me a favor. Pick him up right now. I don't care how sick he is, if he's breathing. I want you to bring him to my father's house now. You understand? Now. Yeah, you want me to send any people over there? No. Just you and him. Go ahead. All right. Sonny calls over to Sandra, who's holding the crying baby. Look, I'll be having a couple people over come to the house, a couple of our people. Sonny's phone rings and he picks up. Hello? We hear Salazzo's voice. Santino Corleone? Yeah? We have Tom Hagen. In about 3 hours, he'll be released with our proposition. Sonny checks his watch, then writes the time onto the kitchen cabinet. Listen to everything he has to say before you do anything. What's done is done. And don't lose that famous temper of yours, huh, Sonny? Sonny goes, I'll wait. Sollozzo hangs up, then Sonny hangs up. Cut to the Don's office with Sonny, Tom, Mike, Tessio, and Clemenza. Sonny says to Tom, what do you think? Too much, huh? It's a lot of bad blood. Sollozzo, Phil Tattaglia, Bruno Tattaglia, Garboni. It's too far. I think it's too personal. The Don will consider this all. Michael says to Clemenza, you kill all those guys? Hey, stay out of it, Mickey. Do me a favor. Tom responds to everybody. Sollozzo's the key. You get rid of him, everyone falls into line. Now, what about Luca? Sollozzo didn't seem to be worried about Luca. I don't know. If Luca sold out, we're in a lot of trouble. Believe me, a lot of trouble. Has anybody been able to get in touch with Luca? I've been trying all night. He might be shacked up. Hey, Mick, do me a favor. Tom, in the background to Clemenza. Luca never sleeps over with a broad. He always goes home when he's through. Sonny says to Michael, try ringing him. Tom, you're consigliere. Now, what do we do if the old man dies? God forbid. If we lose the old man, we lose our political contacts and half our strength. The other New York families might wind up supporting Sollozzo just to avoid a long, destructive war. This is almost 1946. Nobody wants bloodshed anymore. If your father dies, then you make the deal, Sonny. Well, that's easy for you to say, Tom. He's not your father. I'm as much a son to him as you or Mike. What is it? Paulie enters the room. Hey, Paulie, I thought I told you to stay put. Well, the guy at the gate says they got a package. Yeah? Hey, Tessio, go see what it is. You want me to hang around? Yeah, hang around. You all right? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah? Paulie coughs, perhaps deliberately. Hey, there's some food in the icebox. You hungry or anything? Nah, it's all right, thanks. How about a drink? How about have a little brandy? That'll help sweat it out, huh? Go ahead, baby. Go ahead. Yeah, all right, sure. That might be a good idea. Yeah, right. Then to Clemenza after Paulie exits. I want you to take care of that son of a bitch right away. Paulie sold out the old man. That's strong. I don't want to see him again. Make that first thing on your list. Understood? Understood. Hey, Mickey, tomorrow, get a couple of guys. You go over to Luca's apartment, hang around waiting for him to show up. Maybe we shouldn't get Mike mixed up in this too directly, Sonny. Yeah, listen, hang around the house on the phone and be a big help, huh? Try Luca again. Go ahead. Tessio enters the room with a package, which he places on Sonny's lap. What the hell is this? It's a big fish. It's a Sicilian message. It means Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. Cut to driving under the tracks. And from the car, we hear Clemenza's voice. Hey, Paulie, I want you to go down 39th Street. Carlo Santos, you pick up 18. Yeah. Mattresses for the guy to sleep while you bring me the bill. Make sure they're clean because those guys are going to be stuck up there for a long time, you know? Yeah, they're clean. They told me they exterminate them. Exterminate. That's a bad word to use. Exterminate. Get this guy. Watch out we don't exterminate you. You think that's funny or what? Hey, Paulie, Hey, what did you do? Nothing. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It's got to be him then. Pull over, will you? I got to take a leak. Paulie pulls over the car, and Clemenza gets out to relieve himself. Rocco, who's sitting in the back seat behind Paulie, shoots Paulie. Clemenza goes back to the car. Leave the gun. Take the cannoli. Cut to outdoors, outside the Don's kitchen. Michael is sitting on a bench. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mikey. Yeah? You want it on the telephone. Who is it? Some girl. Michael picks up the phone. Hello, Kay? Hey, how's your father? Oh, he's good. He's going to make it. I love you. Huh? I love you. Michael? Yeah, I know. Tell me you love me. I can't talk. Can't you say it? I'll see you tonight. Okay. Michael hangs up. Hey, Mikey, why don't you tell that nice girl you love her? Oh, I love you with all of my heart. If I don't see you soon, I'm gonna die. Hey, come over here, kid. You might learn something. You never know. You might have to cook for 20 guys someday. You see, you start out with a little bit of oil. Then you fry some garlic. Then you throw in some tomatoes. Tomato paste. You fry it. You make sure it doesn't stick. You get it to a boil. You shove in all your sausage and your meatballs, huh? And a little bit of wine. And a little bit of sugar. And that's my trick. Sonny enters the kitchen. Hey, why don't you cut the crap? I got more important things for you to do. How's Paulie? Oh, Paulie? Won't be seeing him no more. Sonny nods. Then to Michael, who's walking out of the kitchen. Hey, where you going? To the city. No. Hey, we want to send some bodyguards with him, all right? No, I'm just going to the hospital to see Pop. Never mind. Someone send somebody with him. He'll be all right. Salazzo knows he's a civilian. All right, be careful, huh? Yes, sir. Michael leaves. Sonny chuckles to Clemenza. Send somebody with him anyway. Cut to Michael going to the city, driven by bodyguards, early evening. Dissolve to Kay's hotel room. Michael and Kay are eating dinner while All of My Life plays. Michael gets up to get his coat. I have to go. Can I come with you? You know, Kate, there's going to be detectives there, people from the press. Well, I'll ride in the cab. I don't want you to get involved. When will I see you again? Go back to New Hampshire. I'll call you at your parents' house. When will I see you again, Michael? I don't know. Michael kisses Kay, then exits. Cut to Michael exiting the hotel. Cut to the hospital, 10:30 p.m. Michael arrives by cab. He enters a quiet hospital. He finds no one at the nurse's station. He walks down the hall to check an office and only sees a half-finished sandwich on a desk. He runs down the hall and up the stairs towards his father's room. He pauses, noticing there is no guard outside the Don's door. He walks around the corner up to room number 2 and hesitates before pushing the door open. His father is in the bed, and Michael wonders if he's alive. He walks up to the Don. A nurse enters the room. What are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here now. I'm Michael Corleone. This is my father. There's nobody here. What happened to the guards? Your father just had too many visitors. They interfered with hospital service. The police made them leave about 10 minutes ago. The nurse checks the Don's pulse. Michael picks up the phone. Get me Long Beach 45620, please. Then to the nurse who was leaving the room. No. Nurse, wait a minute. Stay here. Sonny, Michael, I'm at the hospital. Yeah, listen, I got here late. There's nobody here. Nobody. No Tessio's men, no detectives. Nobody. Pop is all alone. I won't panic. I'm sorry, but you'll have to leave. Michael checks to see if the bed would fit through the doorway. You and I are going to move my father to another room. Now, can you disconnect those tubes so we can move the bed out? That's out of the question. You know my father? Men are coming here to kill him. You understand? Now, please help me. Please. Michael and the nurse roll the Don's bed to another room. We hear a door close. Then footsteps are heard coming up the stairs as Michael peers from a doorway. A man holding flowers seems to be looking for a room. Michael comes out of hiding. Who are you? I'm Enzo, the baker. You remember me? Enzo? Yes, Enzo. You better get out of here, Enzo. There's going to be trouble. If there is trouble, I stay here to help you. For your father. For your father. All right, listen. Wait for me in front of the hospital, all right? Wait for me outside in front of the hospital. I'll be out in a minute. Go ahead. Okay. Michael returns to the Don's room at his bedside. The nurse is still in the room. Just lie here, Pop. I'll take care of you now. I'm with you now. I'm with you. Michael kisses the Don's hand. The Don smiles with a tear in his eye. Michael leaves to meet Enzo outside of the hospital. Michael, grabbing and tossing the flowers that Enzo is still holding. Get rid of these. Then Michael turns Enzo's collar up. Come here. Put your hand in your pocket like you have a gun. You'll be all right. You'll be okay. A black sedan pulls up to the front of the hospital. The occupants look at Michael and Enzo. And Michael undoes a button of his coat and puts his hand in as if he had a gun. Then the car drives off. You did good. Enzo, very scared, takes out a cigarette and has trouble lighting it. His hands are shaking. Michael takes the lighter and lights the cigarette, noticing that his hands are not shaking. Sirens are heard as police cars screech to a halt in front of the hospital. Michael shoos Enzo away as he is grabbed by an officer. The officer grabs Michael and says, "Now hold still." Captain McCluskey enters the scene. "I thought I got all you hoods locked up. What the hell are you doing here?" "What happened to the men who were guarding my father, Captain?" "Why, you little punk. What the hell are you doing telling me my business? I pulled them guys off of here, huh? Now you get out of here and stay away from this hospital." "I'm not moving until you put some guards around my father's room." "Phil, take him in." "The kid's clean, Captain. He's a war hero. He's never been busted for the racket." "God damn it, I said take him in." "What's the Turk paying you to set up my father, Captain?" "Take hold of him. Stand him up. Stand him up straight." McCluskey punches Michael in the jaw as a Corleone car screeches up. Men get out and run up the steps towards the Don's room. Tom and a couple men go to get Michael. I'm an attorney for the Corleone family. These men are private detectives hired to protect Vito Corleone. They're licensed to carry firearms. If you interfere, you'll have to appear before a judge in the morning and show cause. All right, let him go. Shit. Come on. Dissolve to Corleone Mall during the day. Tom, Clemenza, and Michael get out of the car and walk through the gate, noticing armed men all over. Tessio greets them. Clemenza says, "What's with all the new faces?" Tessio, "We'll need 'em right now. After the hospital thing, Sonny got mad. We hit Bruno Tattaglia at 4 o'clock this morning. Jesus Christ." Then he motions for Michael. "Looks like a fortress around here." Cut inside the Corleone office at day. Sonny is ranting to Tom. "Tom, Anouk! Hey, 100 button men on the street 24 hours a day. That Turk shows one hair on his ass. He's dead." Tom sits down. "Yeah? Believe me." Then to Michael, whose face is bruised from McCluskey's punch. "Hey, Michael, come here. Let me look at you. Oh, you look beautiful, beautiful, just gorgeous. Hey, listen to this. The Turk wants to talk. Ah, gosh, imagine the nerve of that son of a bitch, huh? Craps out last night, wants a meeting today." What did he say? What did he say? Bada beep, bada bop, bada boop, bada beep. He wants us to send Michael here to proposition. And the promise is that the deal is so good that we can't refuse. Tom says as Tessio enters the room, "What about Bruno Tattaglia?" "That's part of the deal. Bruno cancels out what they did to my father." Tom says, "Sonny, we ought to hear what they have to say." No. No more. Not this time, consigliere. No more meetings, no more discussions, no more Salazzo tricks. You give him one message. I want Salazzo. If not, it's all out war. We go to the mattresses. Tom stands. Some of the other families won't sit still for all out war. Then they hand me Salazzo. Your father wouldn't want to hear this. This is business, not personal, Sonny. They shot my father. That's business, your ass. Even if the shooting of your father was business, not personal, Sonny, well then, business will have to suffer, right? And listen, do me a favor, Tom. No more advice on how to patch things up. Just help me win, please, all right? Tom settles down. I found out about this Captain McCluskey who broke Mike's jaw. What about him? Now, he's definitely on Salazzo's payroll and for big money. McCluskey has agreed to be the Turk's bodyguard. What you have to understand, Sonny, is that while Salazzo's being guarded like this, he is invulnerable. Now, nobody has ever gunned down a New York police captain. Never. It would be disastrous. All the 5 families would come after you, Sonny. The Corleone family would be outcasts. Even the old man's political protection would run for cover. So do me a favor. Take this into consideration. All right. All right, we'll wait. Michael speaks up. We can't wait. Huh? Michael, who's seated with his arms on the chair's arms. We can't wait. I don't care what Salazzo says about a deal. He's going to kill Pop. That's it. That's the key for him. Got to get Salazzo. Mike is right. Sonny speaks up. Well, let me ask you something, Professor. I mean, what about McCluskey, huh? What do we do with this cop here? They want to have a meeting with me, right? It'll be me, McCluskey, and Salazzo. Let's set the meeting. Get our informers to find out where it's going to be held. Now, we insist it's a public place. A bar, a restaurant, someplace where there's people so I feel safe. They're going to search me when I first meet them, right? So I can't have a weapon on me then. But if Clemenza can figure a way to have a weapon planted there for me, then I'll kill them both. Clemenza, Tessio, and Sonny laugh. Tom shrugs. Sonny pipes in. Hey, what are you going to do? Nice college boy, huh? Didn't want to get mixed up in the family business, huh? Now you want to gun down a police captain? Why? Because he slapped you in the face a little bit? What do you think this is, the army, where you shoot them a mile away? Now you got to get up close and like this, bada bing, you blow their brains all over their nice Ivy League suit. Come here. Sonny kisses Michael on the head. Sonny, you're taking this very personal. Tom, this is business, and this man is taking it very, very personal. Where does it say you can't kill a cop? Come on, Mikey. Mikey responds. Oh, no, now, Tom, wait a minute. I'm talking about a cop that's mixed up in drugs. I'm talking about a dishonest cop, a crooked cop who got mixed up in the rackets and got what was coming to him. Now, that's a terrific story. And we have newspaper people on the payroll, don't we, Tom? Tom nods. And they might like a story like that. They might. They just might. It's nothing personal, Sonny. It's strictly business. Cut to Clemenza's cellar. Clemenza is showing Michael the gun he's going to use. It's as cold as they come. Impossible to trace, so you don't worry about prints, Mike. I put a special tape on the trigger and on the butt. Here, try it. What's the matter? Trigger too tight? Maron, my ears. Yeah, I left it noisy. That way it scares any pain in the ass innocent bystanders away. All right, you shot them both. Now what do you do? Sit down, finish my dinner? Come on, kid, don't fool around. Just let your hand drop to your side and let the gun slip. Everyone will think you still got it. They're going to be staring at your face, Mike. So walk out of the place real fast, but you don't run. Don't look nobody directly in the eye, but you don't look away either. They're going to be scared stiff of you, believe me, so don't worry about nothing. You know, you're going to turn out all right. Take a long vacation, nobody knows where, and we're going to catch the hell. How bad do you think it's going to be? Pretty goddamn bad. Probably all the other families will line up against us. That's all right. This thing's got to happen every 5 years or so, 10 years. Helps to get rid of the bad blood. Been 10 years since the last one. You know, you got to stop them at the beginning. Like they should have stopped Hitler at Munich. They never should have let him get away with that. They were just asking for big trouble. You know, Mike, we was all proud of you. Being a hero and all. Your father, too. Clemenza hands Michael the gun after adjusting it. Michael points and pulls the trigger on an unloaded gun. Cut to the Corleone dining room, 6:30 p.m. Sonny, Clemenza, Tessio, and Rocco are sitting around eating Chinese food while waiting for news about where the Salazzo meeting will take place. Michael smokes as the others eat. Early evening. Tom enters the room. Nothing. Not a hint. Absolutely nothing. Even Salazzo's people don't even know where the meeting's going to be held. Well, how much time do we have? They're going to pick you up in front of Jack Dempsey's joint in an hour and a half. Exactly an hour and a half. We could put a tail on him and see how it turns out. Now, Salazzo's lose our ass going around the block. What about the negotiator? He's over at my place playing pinochle with a couple of my men. He's happy. They're letting him win. There's too much of a risk for Mike. Maybe we ought to call it off, Sonny. A negotiator keeps on playing cards until Mike comes back safe and sound. So, why don't he just blast whoever's in the goddamn car? Too dangerous. They'd be looking for that. Salazzo might not even be in the car, Sonny. The phone rings. Sonny gets up to get it. I'll get it. Yeah? 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 Well, thanks. He hangs up the phone and returns to the table. Louis' restaurant in the Bronx. Well, is it reliable? That's my man in McCluskey's precinct. A police captain's got to be on call 24 hours a day. He signed out at that number between 8 and 10. Anyone know this joint? Tessio speaks up. Yeah, sure, I do. It's perfect for us. A small family place, good food. Everyone minds his business. It's perfect. Pete, they got an old-fashioned toilet, you know, the box and the chain thing. We might be able to tape the gun behind it. Clemenza responds. All right, Mike. You go to the restaurant, you eat, you talk for a while, you relax, you make them relax. Then you get up, you go take a leak. No, better still, you ask for permission to go. Then when you come back, you come out blasting and don't take any chances. 2 shots in the head apiece. Hey, listen, I want somebody good, and I mean very good, to plant that gun. I don't want my brother coming out of that toilet with just his dick in his hand, all right? The gun will be there. All right. Sonny turns to Tessio. Listen, you drive him and you pick him up after the job, okay? Come on, let's move. We hear Michael's voice. Thank you, Tom. Sonny to Michael. Did he tell you to drop the gun right away? Yeah, 1,000,000 times. You don't forget, 2 shots apiece in the head as soon as you come out the door, huh? Let's go. Michael turns to Sonny. How long do you think it'll be before I can come back? At least a year, Mike. Listen, I'll square it with Mom. You know, you're not seeing her before you leave, and I'll get a message to her that girlfriend when I think the time is right. He and Michael embrace. Take care, Take care, Mike. Michael embraces Tom. Tom. Dissolve to Jack Dempsey's restaurant, 8 p.m. Michael's waiting on the sidewalk until Salazzo's car pulls up and he gets in. Salazzo speaks to him. I'm glad you came, Mike. I hope we can straighten out everything out. I mean, this is terrible. It's not the way I wanted things to go at all. It should have never happened. Well, we'll straighten everything out tonight. I don't want my father bothered anymore. He won't be, Mike. I swear on my children he won't be. But you got to keep an open mind. When we talk, I mean, I hope you're not a hothead like your brother Sonny. You can't talk business with him. He murmurs something in Italian. He's a good kid. Then he leans forward, offering his handshake. I'm sorry about the other night. Mike, I gotta frisk you. So turn around on your knees, facing me. Officer McCluskey in the car frisks Michael. I guess I'm getting too old for my job. Too grouchy. I can't stand the aggravation. You know how it is. He's clean. A little while later, the car begins to cross the Triborough Bridge. Michael notices a sign that says, to New Jersey. We're going to Jersey? Maybe. Salazzo's car does a high-speed U-turn, cutting off cars who sound their horns as Salazzo's driver crosses over the road's divider into the other direction across the bridge. Nice work, Lou. Later, the car pulls up to Louis' Italian-American restaurant. They enter. Cut to a table at Louis' Italian restaurant. The waiter brings a bottle of wine to the table. McCluskey speaks up. How's the Italian food in this restaurant? Good. Try the veal. It's the best in the city. I'll have it. Salazzo to the waiter. Capire. Then after the waiter nods, opens a bottle and pours some wine. I'm going to speak Italian to Mike. Go ahead. Mi dispiace. La sai. Sollozzo continues to speak in Italian. What happened to your father was business. I have much respect for your father, but your father, his thinking is old-fashioned. You must understand why I had to do that. Michael basically says in Italian, I understand those things. The waiter brings McCluskey's veal and then exits. Sollozzo says in Italian, now let's work through where we go from here. Michael tries to say in Italian, but gives up. Como se dice, what I want, what's most important to me is that I have a guarantee. No more attempts on my father's life. Sollozzo looks at him and says, what guarantees could I give you, Mike? I am the hunted one. I missed my chance. You think too much of me, kid. I'm not that clever. All I want is a truce. Michael sits for a while. I have to go to the bathroom. Is that all right? McCluskey, looking up from eating, says, you gotta go, you gotta go. Then after Sollozzo begins to frisk Michael as he's standing. I frisked him. He's clean. Don't take too long. Michael walks away to the bathroom, and McCluskey brags, I frisked 1,000 young punks. Cut to inside the restroom. Michael is looking for the gun behind the toilet tank. Cut to the table. McCluskey glances towards the restroom. Sollozzo smokes. Cut to the restroom. Michael cannot find the gun. And then, there it is. Michael found the gun behind the box. And he is relieved. Cut to the table. McCluskey glances up at the bathroom again. Cut to the restroom, where Michael heads to the door to leave and hesitates. Preparing himself as a train is loudly heard passing close by. He walks back into the dining area. Sollozzo and McCluskey watch Michael emerge from the restroom, hesitate at the door, and then sit down. Sollozzo begins to speak in Italian. Everything all right? I respect myself, understand? And cannot allow another man to hold me back. What happened was unavoidable. I had the unspoken support of the other family dons. If your father was in better health without his eldest son running things, no disrespect intended, we wouldn't have this nonsense. We will stop fighting until your father is well and can resume bargaining. No vengeance will be taken. We will have peace. But your family should interfere no longer. Michael is not paying attention to any of this. He's sitting there under mental anguish, sitting in silence while Sollozzo speaks all this Italian at him. He sits, and the sound of the train outside gets louder and louder and louder, and suddenly Michael rises and boom, boom! He quickly shoots Salazzo in the head. Boom! He shoots McCluskey in the throat. Boom! And then in the forehead. They knock the table over as they fall to the ground. Michael goes to the exit. Boom! Dropping the gun. He gets in a car picked up by Tessio, and they speed off. Da, 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 da. Dissolve 2. Newspaper stack showing headline, Police Hunt Cop Killer. Newspaper headline, City Cracks Down. Tessio by a lamp working on a crossword puzzle. The Sun headline, Police Captain linked with drug rackets. Dissolve 2 Clemenza seated on a cot, starts to lie down. Button men sitting around a table eating. Piano player. Another headline, Mobster Barzini questioned in Underworld feud. Dissolve 2 Button Man writing a letter, sitting on a mattress. Button Man at table, passing food. Newspaper photo of police overlooking a dead body in a bar. Piano player's hands with overlaid newspaper photos. Button Man standing with back to camera, he's smoking as he exits left. Newspaper headline, 3rd month of gangland violence is over. Pot of spaghetti being dumped into an outside trash can. Clemenza still sleeping on a cot. Newspaper with Vito Corleone's picture with the headline, Syndicate Big Shot Vito Corleone returns home. Dissolve 2. Exterior of hospital, ambulance, police, reporters around, everywhere and photographers taking pictures. An attendant and buttonman carry the Don on his stretcher up some steps. Cut to the Don's bedroom. Vito Corleone is being visited by family members. Sonny's twin daughter says, "I love you, Grandpa." Sandra is carrying a crying Sonny Jr. "I'm sorry, Pa, he doesn't know you yet." Sonny says, "All right." Then to his son Frankie, who is still holding, "Here you are, big guy. Give it to Grandpa." "Okay." Then reading from his handmade card. I hope you get well, Grandpa, and I wish I would see you soon. Love, your grandson Frank." Frank kisses the Don. "Oh, go with your mother." "Okay, take him downstairs. Go on." Then after the women and children leave, "Go on, Carlo, you too." Cut to the kitchen as Mama and others prepare dinner during the day. "Oh, you want all that chicken cacciatore for you, sweetheart? Okay, that's enough bread. Oh, but I like bread. Oh, how much bread can you really eat?" You know. Cut to the Corleone main gate. Children are playing ball and it bounces around the gate. A button man picks it up and tosses it back. Cut to the Don's dining room. Connie is putting bread on the table. She looks at Carlo. "What's the matter with you, Carlo?" Carlo looks at her. "Shut up and set the table." Cut to the Don's bedroom. Vito is in bed holding cards and presents given to him. Clemenza, Tessio, Tom, Fredo, and Sonny are standing around the bed. Tom sighs. "Since McCluskey's killing, the police have been cracking down on most of our operations. And also the other families. There's been a lot of bad blood." Sonny responds quick. "Hey, they hit us, so we hit them back." Through our contacts in the newspapers, we've been able to put out a lot of material about McCluskey being linked with Salazzo and in the drug rackets. See, things are starting to loosen up. And I'm sending Fredo to Las Vegas under the protection of Don Francesco of L.A. I want him to rest. Fredo smiles. "I'm going to learn the casino business." "Yeah." Vito whispers,
"Where's Michael?"
Tom doesn't answer.
"Where's Michael?"
Tom, after looking off towards Sonny, bends his head down to the Don. "It was Michael who killed Salazzo. But he's safe, and we're starting to work to bring him back now. The Don is so upset. He gestures to leave them alone. Tom, Tessio, Sonny, then Fredo exit. Cut to the hallway and stairs as Sonny and Tom descend during the day. Sonny is pissed. "I want you to find out where that old pimp Tatalia is hiding. I want his ass now. Right now!" "Hey, Sonny." "What?" "Things are starting to loosen up a little bit. If you go after Tatalia, all hell's gonna break loose." "Oh, Tom." "Let the smoke clear. Pop can negotiate." "No, Pop can't do nothing till he's better. I'm going to decide what's going to be done." "All right, but your war is costing us a lot of money. Nothing's coming in. What's the matter?" "We can't do business." "Well, neither can they. Don't worry about it. They don't have our overhead. Please, don't worry about it. We can't afford a stalemate." "Well, then, there ain't no more stalemate. I'm going to end it by killing that old bastard. I'm going to kill..." "Yeah, well, you're getting a great reputation. I hope you're enjoying it." "Well, you just do what I tell you to do, God damn it. If I had a wartime consigliere, a Sicilian, I wouldn't be in this shape. Pop had Genko, look what I got." "I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Mom made a little dinner. It's Sunday. Tom walks away. It's all right. Cut to the dining room. The family's eating at the table. Sonny yells at Tom. You know, people are having a good time with our policy banks up here in Harlem, driving them new Cadillacs, paying 50% on a bet. Carlo speaks up to Sonny. I knew that was going to happen as soon as they started making big money. Yeah. Connie speaks up. Well, Papa never talked business at the table and in front of the kids. Carlo snaps at Connie. Hey, shut up, Connie, when Sonny's talking. Sonny does not like this. Hey, don't you ever tell her to shut up. You got that? Okay. Santino, don't interfere. Carlo apologizes to Sonny. Hey, look, Sonny, Tom, I'd like to talk to you maybe after dinner. I could be doing a lot more for the family. Sonny fires back at him. We don't discuss business at the table. Cut to. Fredo enters the Don's room and sits in the window seat. Dissolve to the Sicilian countryside during the day. Picture the Sicilian countryside. The fields blowing in the breeze. Michael is walking up with his bodyguards, Fabrizio and Carlo. A car drives up to them and stops. Fabrizio opens the door for Don Tomasino. Fabrizio says in Italian, I kiss your hand, Don Tomasino. Tomasino responds in Italian.
Michael, why are you so far from the house? You know I'm responsible to your father for your life.
Michael responds in Italian. I'm with Carlo and Fabrizio.
In Italian.
Oh, in Italian, sorry.
It's still dangerous. We've heard from Santino in New York. Your enemies know you're here.
Did Santino say when I can go back?
Not yet. It's out of the question.
Grazie.
Where are you going now?
Corleone.
Take my car.
No, I want to walk. Acura. Dissolve to another section of the Sicilian countryside. They're walking on a terraced hillside. Carlo pointing to a town on a hilltop as we hear church bells during the day. Corleone. Dissolve to walking through empty streets in Corleone, Sicily. Michael asks in Italian, where have all the men gone? Carlo says in Italian, they're dead from vendettas. He points to a plaque on the wall. These are the names of the dead. They keep walking. An American Army Jeep drives by, and Fabrizio yells, hey, take me to America. Hey, America GI. America GI, Clark Gable. Hey, another Jeep drives by. America, take me to America GI, Clark Gable. Dissolve again to the Sicilian countryside. Young village girls pick flowers and sing, unaware of Michael, Fabrizio, and Carlo watching them. One of the girls, Apollonia, is startled when she sees Michael. After an exchange of looks, Apollonia turns and walks away, saying something in Italian. Fabrizio says in Italian, "Mamma mia, what a beauty!" Fabrizio looks at Michael, who can't keep his eyes off of Apollonia. "Oh, I think you just got hit by the thunderbolt." Carlo pokes Michael's shoulder. "Michael, in Sicily, women are more dangerous than shotguns." Apollonia turns to look at Michael. Dissolve to a small village cafe. We hear Sicilian pastoral. The owner, Vitelli, after yelling something into the kitchen, welcomes the guests, who are seating themselves at a table. Vitelli, in Italian, says, "Did you have a good hunt?" "Hey, you know all the girls around here? We saw some real beauties. One of them struck our friend like a thunderbolt." "She would tempt the devil himself." "Tempt the devil." Vitelli gestures, putting together his fingers. "Oh, I understand. Really put together." "Yeah, really put together. Eh, Carlo?" "Together." Vitelli gestures an ideal female form with his hands. "Eh, such a hair, such mouth, a boca." "All the girls around here are beautiful but virtuous, huh?" "This one had a purple dress and a purple ribbon in her hair." "In a purple ribbon, a type more Greek than Italian, più greca dell'italiana." "Do you know her?" Vitelli stares at them. "No! There's no a girl like that in this town." He leaves. Fabrizio gets up to look. "Oh my God, I get it. I get it." "What's wrong?" "Let's go. It's his daughter." Michael says, No, tell him to come here." "You don't understand. It's his daughter." No. Call him over." Fabrizio goes to get Vitelli. Vitelli looks irate. "Fabrizio, traduce per me, translate for me." "Si, signor." "I apologize if I offended you. I'm a stranger in this country." And they translate for him. "And I meant no disrespect to you or your daughter." Vitelli asks in Italian, "Who is this?" "I am an American hiding in Sicily. My name is Michael Corleone. There are people who'd pay a lot of money for that information. But then your daughter would lose a father instead of gaining a husband." Fabrizio hears that and hesitates the translation. But Michael gestures and he translates. "I want to meet your daughter. With your permission and under the supervision of your family. With all respect." Vitelli hears the translation and he says, in Italian, "Come to my house Sunday. My name is Vitelli. Grazie. Come si chiama vostra figlia?" In Italian, that's "Thank you, and what is your daughter's name?" "Apollonia." "Bene." Dissolve to Don Tomasino's Via courtyard. Michael, Carlo, and Fabrizio getting ready to drive to Vitelli's. The love theme plays. Dissolved to Vitelli's yard. Michael, holding gifts, is introduced to each of their relatives, then to Apollonia, after she descends the steps and sits on the bench beside her mother. This is my daughter Apollonia, and this is Michael Corleone. Apollonia shakes Michael's hand, accepts his gift, and looks at her mother, who nods, giving her permission to open it. She unwraps a boxed necklace. Grazie. Michael says, prego. Michael and his bodyguards drive up to Vitelli's cafe and sit with Vitelli, who is jovial, and with his family. Michael looks at Apollonia, who's wearing the necklace. She touches the necklace, and they smile at each other. Cut to the hilltops in the village. Michael and Apollonia are walking and talking. Behind them, many female relatives are walking too. Behind the women, Fabrizio and Carlo are there with guns. Cut to Lucy Mancini's apartment building in New York City. 3 bodyguards are pitching pennies outside where Sonny's car is parked. There are others inside the lobby and on the stairs. Cut to outside Lucy's apartment door. She pushes the door open, revealing Sonny in an embrace with her. They were just doing it. Sonny jumps back as though he was goosed. Hey, I'm going to knock you dizzy. Then coming down the stairs to a bodyguard reading in the lobby. Hey, save it for the library, huh? Come on, we got to go pick up my sister. Let's go. Sonny leaves the building, looking around the street. Cut to Connie and Carlo's apartment. Connie unlocks the door for Sonny, turning away from him as he enters. Hey, what's the matter? Huh? What's the matter? Connie then faces him with a bruised face. Sonny bites his knuckles. She responds to his rage. It was my fault. It was my fault. Where is he? Sonny, please, it was my fault. Sonny, it was my fault. I hit him. I started a fight with him. Please let me be. I hit him, so he hit me. I didn't. Shh. Okay. I'm just, I'm going to get a doctor to come take a look at you, all right? Sonny, please don't do anything. Please don't do anything. Okay, what's the matter with you? What am I going to do? I'm going to make that baby an orphan before he's born or what? All right. Sonny leaves. Cut to City Street. Carlo is seated on a stoop with 2 men. Yeah, the fat slob's still betting the Yankees pretty heavy. You tell him to stop taking action on him, all right? Yeah, we lost enough money last week on the game. He's talking with his friends. Sonny's car appears. Screeches to a halt. He gets out. Hey, Carlo, come here. He's got a sawed-off broomstick and throws it at Carlo. Hey, come here, you bastard. Hey, Sonny punches and kicks Carlo while bodyguards hold back onlookers. Carlo screams when Sonny bites him on his knuckle. Clenched on a metal fence. Sonny slams a garbage can lid. Boom! On Carlo's head. Boom! 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 Over and over. The one-sided fight continues. Until Carlo ends up motionless on his back in the downpour of an open fire hydrant that kids were just playing in. Sonny's exhausted. He looks at him and he says, You touch my sister again, I'll kill you. Sonny begins to walk away. He stops, goes back, and kicks him one more time. Cut to the village church in Sicily. Traditional Sicilian wedding music plays as the church bells ring. The priest blesses Michael and Apollonia as they kneel at the church's entrance. Apollonia's family and other townspeople are gathered around. Fabrizio and Carlo look on. A priest begins to speak in Latin. In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Amen. In the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. The bridal procession makes its way up the street. Apollonia and Michael, the bride and groom, are followed by the procession, which includes Don Tomasino being helped with his wheelchair, Carlo and Fabrizio with him. Cut to the village square where Michael and Apollonia and guests are dancing at the reception. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. Dissolve to Michael's bedroom at night. Michael opens the shutters. Apollonia stands in her wedding slip, seeming a little nervous. Michael goes and kisses her. She lets down her slip. They embrace. And that's it. Cut to Corleone main gate. Kay gets out of a cab, and a button man lets her through the gate. Tom hurries out of the house to meet her. Hey, we weren't expecting you, Kay. You should call. Yes, well, I have. I mean, I've tried writing and calling. Now I want to reach Michael. Nobody knows where he is. We know that he's all right, but that's all. She notices a wrecked car behind her. What was that? Well, that's an accident, but nobody was hurt. Tom. Then, after taking a letter from her pocket, hands it to him. Will you give this letter to Michael, please? Please? Tom refuses the letter. Well, if I accepted that, in a court of law, they could prove that I have knowledge of his whereabouts. Now, you just be patient, Kay. He'll get in touch with you, all right? I let my cab go, so can I come in to call another one, please? Tom takes Kay's arm. Come on, I'm sorry. Come on. Fade out. Dissolve to Connie and Carlo's apartment. The phone rings. Connie enters to pick it up. Hello? Hello? We hear a woman's voice. Is Carlo there? Who's this? This is a friend of Carlo's. Would you tell him that I can't make it tonight until later? Connie hangs up the phone, walks to the bedroom. Bitch! Cut to the bedroom where Carlo is trying to tie his tie in a mirror. Connie comes in. Dinner's on the table. I'm not hungry yet. The food is on the table. It's getting cold. I'll eat out later. You just told me to make you dinner. Hey, Bafangul, huh? Hey, Bafangul, you. Suddenly we hear dishes breaking in the other room. Oh, what the hell is she up to now? Carlo goes out of the bedroom. We cut to the kitchen where Connie is breaking dishes everywhere. That's it. Break it all you want, you spoiled brat. Break it all. Why don't you bring your whore home for dinner and get, maybe I will. Why not? Yeah, go ahead. Connie is screaming and crying. Oh my God. Knocking over vases and dishes from cabinets onto the floor, breaking it. And I'll clean it up. Like hell I will. He removes his belt, striking Connie. Clean it up, you spoiled brat. Clean it up, I said. Clean it up, yeah, clean it up. You son of a bitch, clean it up. Yeah, come on now. She pulls a knife out from the kitchen. Yeah, come on now, kill me. Be a murderer like your father. Come on, you, all you Corleones are murderers anyway. I will, I hate you, I kill you. Come on, you kill me, get out of here. You brat, you get out of here. Cut to the Don's kitchen. Mama Corleone answers the phone with Santino Jr. in her arms, who's crying loudly. Connie, what's the matter? What's the matter? I can't hear you. What is it? Connie, talk louder. The baby's crying. Sonny comes in the room. Sonny, Santino, I can't understand. I don't know. Sonny takes the phone. Hey. Shh. What? Yeah, Connie. Yeah. Listen. No, you wait there. No. You just wait there. Son of a bitch! What's the matter? Son of a bitch! What's the matter? Son of a... Sonny? Sonny runs out of the room. Sonny runs out to his car. To the guard at the gate, he says, "Open the goddamn gate. Get off your ass." Tom runs out of the house with a button man as Sonny turns his car around. Come on. Sonny, come on. Get out of here. Move out. Go on. Button men rush to their car and they go after Sonny. Cut to toll booths. We faintly hear a baseball game over a radio. Sonny's car drives up to the toll booth. He grabs a bill from his pocket and hands it to the toll collector. The car in front of Sonny's seems to be having a problem moving. It's stuck in front of him. Sonny sounds his horn. Ha! Son of a bitch! Come on! The toll collector drops Sonny's change and bends to pick it up, sliding the booth's door shut. Sonny turns his head and notices a line of armed men pointing their weapons at him. Ah! Sonny is shot over and over and over until he falls down dead when a hitman comes up and shoots him close range. Boom, 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 boom. Then kicks him in the head. The assassins flee before the Corleone car shows up. Sonny's car and his body lay in silence. Dissolve to the Don's office. At night, where Tom Hagen is somberly having a drink. Vito holds his hand out for Tom's drink.
Give me a drop.
Then after sipping the drink, he hands it back to Tom.
My wife is crying upstairs. I hear cars coming to the house, consigliere of mine. I think you should tell your Don whatever everyone else seems to know.
Tom gets in close. No. I didn't tell Mama anything. I was about to come up and wake you just now to tell you.
But you needed a drink first.
Yeah.
Well, now you've had your drink.
They shot Sonny on the causeway. He's dead.
I want all inquiries made. I want no acts of vengeance. I want you to arrange a meeting with the heads of the 5 families. This war stops now.
The Don weakly standing, goes to embrace Tom. Then he begins to exit.
Con Bonasera, we need him now.
The Don exits as Tom dials the phone. Cut to Bonasera, frightened, waiting by an elevator at his funeral parlor at night. Tom into the phone. This is Tom Hagen. I'm calling for Vito Corleone at his request. Now, you owe your Don a service. He has no doubt that you'll be able to repay it. Now, he will be at your funeral parlor in 1 hour. Be there to greet him. Cut to the basement of Bonasera's funeral parlor. From the elevator, 2 men carry a stretcher forward. Tom and the Don follow as Bonasera, frightened, watches.
Well, my friend, are you ready to do me this service?
Yes. What do you want me to do?
I want you to use all your powers and all your skills. I don't want his mother to see him this way.
Then, after the Don uncovers the blanket, revealing Sonny's mangled face, shaken, Vito says,
Look how they massacred my boy.
Cut to Don Tomasino's village courtyard in Sicily. Apollonia, laughing, is trying to drive a car, almost hitting the short walls. Michael is teaching her how to drive. The car stops and Michael gets out. All the while, they're laughing and joking in Italian. Oh, Michael, once the car stops, he gets out. In Italian, he yells, "It's safer to teach you English." Apollonia insists she knows English by firing back at him with, "I know English, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday. Andiamo. Hey, bravo. Come on, let's go. Don Tomasino's car drives in, sounding its horn. Beep, beep. Michael walks over to it. Salute, Don Tomasino. How are things in Palermo? Michael helps Tomasino out of the car as Apollonia runs over and kisses him. She says in Italian, "Michael's teaching me how to drive. Watch, I'll show you." Tomasino smiles at her as she runs back to the car. "Come va Palermo?" Don Tomasino says in Italian. "Young people don't respect anything anymore. Times are changing for the worse. This place has become too dangerous for you. I don't think you're safe here. I want you to move to a villa near Syracuse right now. Subita, eh?" Michael puts his hand on Tomasino's chest and says in Italian, "What's wrong?" "Bad news from America. Your brother, Santino. They killed him." Apollonia is honking in the car. "Beep, beep! Michael, let's go! You promised me!" Dissolve to the villa. Carlo sits under a tree. Fabrizio is on the wall near the gate. Michael steps out of the balcony. "Fabrizio?" "Yes." "Prepara la macchina." "Are you driving yourself, boss?" "Yes." "Is your wife coming with you?" "No, I want to take her to a father's house until I know things are safe." "Okay, anything you say, boss." Cuts to the villa kitchen. Carlo is sitting at a table eating as Michael enters. "Carlo da Apollonia." He replies in Italian, "She's going to surprise you. She wants to drive." "Ah," Carlo says in Italian, "she'll make a good American wife." "Wait, I'll get the baggage." Cut to the courtyard. Carlo carries suitcases to the car and puts them in the trunk. Apollonia is in the driver's seat. Michael sees Fabrizio walk towards the gate. "Fabrizio, dove va?" He asks in Italian, "Where are you going?" Apollonia is sounding the car horn. Michael, there! I'll drive to you! Wait there, I'll drive to you! Michael sees Fabrizio hurry through the gate. He runs. No! Apollonia! The car that Apollonia is in blows up! And Michael is thrown into the bushes. Dissolve 2. Bank building boardroom in New York City. There are dons and aides seated and standing around a conference table. Barzini sits at the head of the table. Vito speaks up.
Don Barzini, I want to thank you for helping me organize this meeting here today, and also the other heads of the 5 families. New York and New Jersey, Carmine Corleone from the Bronx and Brooklyn, Philip D'Italia, and from Staten Island we have with us Victor Stracci and the other associates that came as far from California and Kansas City and all the other territories of this country. Thank you.
Then they all sit down.
How did things ever get so far? I don't know. It was so unfortunate and so unnecessary. Natalia lost a son, and I lost a son. We're quits. And if Natalia agrees, I'm willing to let things go on the way they were before.
Don Barzini speaks up. We're all grateful to Don Corleone for calling this meeting. We all know him as a man of his word. A modest man. He'll always listen to reason. Tatalia speaks up. Yes, Don Barzini, he's too modest. He had all the judges and politicians in his pocket. He refused to share them.
When did I ever refuse an accommodation? All of you know me here. When did I ever refuse? Except one time. And why? Because I believe this drug business is going to destroy us in the years to come. I mean, it's not like gambling or liquor, even women, which is something most people want nowadays and is forbidden to them by the Pesanovante of the church. Even the police departments that have helped us in the past with gambling and other things are going to refuse to help us when it comes to narcotics. I believed that then. I believe that now.
Times have changed. It's not like the old days when we can do anything we want. A refusal is not the act of a friend. If Don Corleone had all the judges and the politicians in New York, then he must share them or let us others use them. He must let us draw the water from the well. Certainly he can present a bill for such services after all. We are not communists. Don Zalucci, after some laughter from the group, communists, he stands. I also don't believe in drugs. For years, I paid my people extra so they wouldn't do that kind of business. Somebody comes to them and says, I have powders. If you put up $3,000-$4,000 investment, we can make $50,000 distributing. So they can resist. I want to control it as a business to keep it respectable. I don't want it near schools. I don't want it sold to children. That's an infamia. In my city, we would keep the traffic in the certain parts of town. Let them lose their souls.
I hoped we would come here and reason together, and as a reasonable man, I'm willing to do whatever's necessary to find a peaceful solution to these problems.
Then we are agreed. The traffic in drugs will be permitted but controlled, and Don Corleone will give up protection in the east, and there will be peace. But I must have strict assurances from Don Corleone. As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, will he attempt any individual vendetta? Look, we are all reasonable men here. We don't have to give assurances as if we were lawyers. Vito holds up his hand to interrupt Barzini.
You talk about vengeance. Is vengeance gonna bring your son back to you, or my boy to me? I forgo the vengeance of my son, but I have selfish reasons. My youngest son was forced to leave this country because of this Salazzo business. All right. And I have to make arrangements to bring him back here safely, cleared of all these false charges. But I'm a superstitious man, and if some unlucky accident should befall him, if he should get shot in the head by a police officer, or if he should hang himself in his jail cell, or if he's struck by a bolt of lightning, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. And that I do not forgive. But that aside, let me say that I swear on the souls of my grandchildren that I will not be the one to break the peace that we have made here today.
The Don and Tom move toward the head of the table where Barzini is sitting. Titalia does the same. The Don and Titalia embrace as the others applaud. Cut to the Don's car driving at night. Don and Tom are sitting in the rear. When I meet with the Titalia people, should I insist that all the drug middlemen have clean records?
Mention it. Don't insist. Barzini is a man who will know that without being told.
You mean Titalia?
Tatalia's a pimp. He never could have outfought Santino, but I didn't know until this day that it was Barzini all along.
Cut to New Hampshire school. Kay leads a group of children into the schoolyard. Come on, Nancy. Keep everyone together. Okay, Blanche. All right, next. Okay. Kay notices Michael standing beside his Cadillac. How long have you been back? I've been back about a year. Longer than that, I think. It's good to see you, Kay. Dissolved to a country road. Michael and Kay are walking together as Michael's car follows behind. A boy on a bike passes, followed by his dog. Come on, Dano. I'm working for my father now, Kay. He's been sick, very sick. But you're not like him, Michael. I thought you weren't going to become a man like your father. That's what you told me. My father's no different than any other powerful man. Any man who's responsible for other people, like a senator or a president. You know how naive you sound? Why? Senators and presidents don't have men killed. Oh, who's being naive, Kay? Kay, my father's way of doing things is over. It's finished. Even he knows that. I mean, in 5 years, the Corleone family is going to be completely legitimate. Trust me. That's all I can tell you about my business. Okay. Michael, why did you come here? What do you want with me after all this time? Here I was calling and writing. I came here because I need you. Because I care for you. Please stop it, Michael. Because I want you to marry me. No, it's too late. It's too late. Please, Kay, I'll do anything you ask. Anything to make up for what's happened to us. Because that's important, Kay. Because what's important is that we have each other. That we have a life together, that we have children. Our children. Kay, I need you. And I love you. Michael beckons toward the car. Michael and Kay get in. Dissolve to the Don's office. The Don is feeding fish in the aquarium. We hear Tessio's voice. Barzini's people chisel my territory, and we do nothing about it. Pretty soon there won't be one place in Brooklyn I can hang my hat. Just be patient. I'm not asking for your help, Mike. Just take off the handcuffs. Be patient. We hear Clemenza's voice. We got to protect ourselves. Give us a chance to recruit some new men. No, I don't want to give Barzini an excuse to start fighting. Mike, you're wrong. Don Corleone, you once said that the day would come when Tessio and me could form our own family. Till today, I would never even think of it. I must ask your permission.
Well, Michael is now the head of the family. And if he gives his permission, then you have my blessing.
Michael is sitting in the chair. After we make the move to Nevada, you can break off from the Corleone family and go on your own. After we make the move to Nevada. How long will that be? 6 months. Tessio turns to Don Vito. Forgive me, Godfather, but with you gone, me and Pete'll come under Barzini's thumb. Sooner or later. And I hate that goddamn Barzini. In 6 months' time, there won't be nothing left to build on.
Do you have faith in my judgment?
Yes.
Do I have your loyalty?
Yes, always, Godfather.
Then be a friend to Michael and do as he says.
Michael, who is now seated behind the desk, says, there are things being negotiated now that are going to solve all your problems and answer all your questions. That's all I can tell you right now. Carlo is in the room. Michael turns to him. Carlo, you grew up in Nevada. When we make our move there, you're going to be my right-hand man. Then he turns to the group. Tom Hagen's no longer consigliere. He's going to be our lawyer in Vegas. That's no reflection on Tom, but that's the way I want it. Besides, if I ever need help, who's a better consigliere than my father? Well, that's it. Rocco opens the door to let everyone leave. Clemenza walks past Michael, shakes Don Vito's hand, and exits. Tessio shakes Michael's hand. All right. Tessio walks past Don Vito as he exits. As Carlo exits, Vito pinches Carlo's cheeks. Thank you, Papa.
I'm happy for you, Carlo.
Tom is seated on the couch. Mike, why am I cut out? You're not a wartime consigliere, Tom. Things may get rough with the move we're trying. Vito sits next to Tom on the couch.
Tom, I advise Michael. I never thought you were a bad consigliere. I thought Santino was a bad Don. Rest in peace. Michael has all my confidence, as you do. But there are reasons why you must have no part in what is going to happen.
Well, maybe I could help. You're out, Tom. You're out. Dissolve to a montage of Las Vegas, the Desert Inn, featuring Patty Page. El Rancho Vegas featuring Joe E. Lewis. The Sands featuring Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis. We hear Vegas-style music. Dissolve to a Las Vegas hotel. A limo drives to the entrance, and Fredo and Michael get out. Dissolve to Fredo, Michael, Hagen, Neary, Rocco, and bellboys walk towards a hotel room. Fredo says to Michael, I can't get over the way your face looks. It really looks good. The doctor did some job. Hey, wait. Leave him out here. Leave the bags out here. We'll deal with them later. He's tired. He wants to clean up. But right now, let me open the door, all right? Fredo opens the door. From the room comes music as Fredo waltzes in. The band, consisting of an accordion, a stand-up bass, and a piano, plays For He's a Jolly Good Fellow, For He's a Jolly Good Fellow. There are 4 Vegas girls sitting around the table as the band plays Mona Lisa. Michael is not pleased. Johnny Fontane is standing behind the table. Hey, Mike, welcome to Las Vegas. It's all for you, kid. Then towards Johnny. It's all his idea, right? Didn't you? Well, your brother Freddie. Well, hey, girls here. Hey, I'll be right back. All right. You keep him occupied, Johnny. Hey, Michael, anything you want, kid? Anything. Michael curtly asks. Who are the girls? Oh, that's for you to find out. Get rid of them, Fredo. Hey, Mike, Fredo, I'm here on business. I leave tomorrow. Now get rid of them. I'm tired. Get rid of the band, too. Hey, just take off. Hey, come on, take off. Hey, Angelo. Hey, come on, scram. Come on, honey, let's go. Come on, Johnny, I didn't know. I don't know what the hell's the matter with him. I'm sorry, babe. Come on. I know he's going. What happened to Mo Green? Oh, he said he had some business. He said give him a call when the party started. We'll give him a call. Michael turns to Johnny Fontane. Johnny, how are you? Hey, Mike, nice to see you again. We're all proud of you. Thanks, Mike. Sit down, Johnny. I want to talk with you. The Don's proud of you, Johnny. Well, I owe it all to him. Well, he knows how grateful you are. That's why he'd like to ask a favor of you. Well, Mike, yeah, what can I do? The Corleone family is thinking of giving up all its interests in the olive oil business and settling out here. Now, Mo Green will sell us his share of the casino and the hotel so it can be completely owned by the family. Tom? Fredo leans in. Hey, Mike, are you sure about that? Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling. Yeah, well, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse. See, Johnny, we figure that entertainment will be a big factor in drawing gamblers to the casino, and we hope you'll sign a contract to appear 5 times a year. Perhaps convince some of your friends in the movies to do the same. We're counting on you. Sure, Mike. I'll do anything for my Godfather. You know that. Good. Mo Green enters the room. Hey, Mike. Hey, fellas. Everybody's here. Freddie, Tom. Good to see you, Mike. How are you, Mo? All right. All right. You got everything you want. The chef cooked for you special. The dancers will kick your tongue out and your credit is good. Draw chips for everybody in the room so they can play on the house. My credit good enough to buy you out? Mo laughs, and so does Fredo, who massages Mo's back. Buy me out. Yeah, the casino, the hotel. Corleone family wants to buy you out. Buy me out. Corleone family wants to buy me out. No, I buy you out. You don't buy me out. Your casino loses money. Maybe we can do better. You think I'm skimming off the top, Mike? You're unlucky. You really make me laugh. I do you a favor and take Freddie in when you're having a bad time, and then you try to push me out? Wait a minute. You took Freddie in because the Corleone family bankrolled your casino, because the Molinari family on the coast guaranteed his safety. Now, we're talking business. Let's talk business. Yeah, let's talk business, Mike. First of all, you're done. You're all done. The Corleone family doesn't even have that kind of muscle anymore. The Godfather's sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families. What do you think is going on here? You think you can come to my hotel and take over? I talked to Barzini. I can make a deal with him and still keep my hotel. Is that why you slapped around my brother in public? Oh, now that was nothing. Now that was nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean anything by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while, but Mo and me, we're good friends, right, Mo? Huh, Mo? I got a business to run. I got to kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument, Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out. You straightened my brother out? He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. Players couldn't even get a drink at the table. What's wrong with you? Michael collects his things from the table before he stands. I leave for New York tomorrow. Think about a price. Son of a bitch, you know who I am. I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders. Now, wait a minute, Mo. Wait, Mo, I got an idea. Tom, you're consigliere. Can't you speak to the Don? Can you explain? Now, just a minute now. The Don is semi-retired, and Mike is in charge of the family business now. If you have anything to say it to Michael. Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas to talk to a man like Mo Green like that. Michael looks at his brother. Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again. Ever. Cut to the Corleone's place. Michael's limo drives through the gate with him, Kay, and Anthony. Anthony is sitting on Michael's lap. Michael tells them, I have to see my father and his people, so have dinner without me. Oh, Michael! This weekend we'll go out. We'll go out to the city, I promise. We'll see a show and we'll have dinner, I promise. Okay. Oh, Michael, your sister wants to ask you about something. We'll let her ask. No, she's afraid to. Connie and Carlo want you to be the godfather to their little boy. Oh, we'll see. Will you? Let me think about it. We'll see. Come on. Dissolved to the Don's garden. Don Vito Corleone, looking older, sitting with Michael during the day.
So, Barzini will move against you first. He'll set up a meeting with someone that you absolutely trust, guaranteeing your safety. And at that meeting, you'll be assassinated.
Don drinks from a glass of wine as Michael watches him.
I like to drink wine more than I used to. Anyway, I'm drinking more.
Well, it's good for you, Pop.
I don't know. Your wife and your children. Are you happy with them?
Well, yeah, very happy.
That's good. I hope you don't mind the way that I keep going over this Barzini business.
No, not at all.
It's an old habit. I spent my life trying not to be careless. Women and children can be careless, but not men. How's your boy?
He's good.
You know, he looks more like you every day.
He's smarter than I am. 3 years old, he can read the funny papers.
Read the funny papers. Well, I want you to go arrange to have a telephone man check all the calls that go in and out of here, because
I already did it, Pop.
You know, because it could be anywhere. Anyone.
Pop, I took care of that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
What's the matter? What's bothering you? I'll handle it. I told you I'll handle it. I can't handle it.
I knew that Santino was going to have to go through all this, and Fredo, well, Fredo was... I never wanted this for you. I worked my whole life. I don't apologize, to take care of my family. and I refused to be a fool. Dancing on a string held by all those big shots. I don't apologize. That's my life. But I thought that when it was your time, that you would be the one to hold the strings. Senator Corleone, Governor Corleone, or something.
Another peasant Ovante.
Well, this wasn't enough time, Michael. Wasn't enough time.
We'll get there, Pop. We'll get there.
He
kisses Michael on the cheek.
Now listen, whoever comes to you with this Barzini meeting, he's the traitor. Don't forget that.
Dissolved to the Don's tomato garden. The Don is with Michael's son, Anthony. Can I hold it, please? Taking the spray can from the Don. Yeah, I'll take care.
Come here.
The Don shows Anthony how to use the spray can. Psst, psst. Can I water these?
Yeah, over here. Be careful. You're spilling it. Psst. Hey, come here. That's right. Yeah, we'll put it over here. I'll show you something here.
The Don cuts a piece of the orange. Give me the orange. He puts it over his teeth and turns towards Anthony. Oh, it's okay. Makes the kid cry. Oh, picks up Anthony and then sets him down again. There's a new trick. Points to the tomato garden. Run in there. Anthony runs in the tomato garden laughing. With the spray can. Psst, they're chasing each other. Hey, where are you? Get down. The Don falls to the ground. Anthony is still laughing. He sees the Don's lifeless body. The boy runs to the house. Dissolve to cemetery. We hear church bells as a procession of cars drives in. Ding, ding, ding. Chauffeurs open car doors to let mourners out, including the old man who sang at the beginning. Michael, Tom, Mama, Connie, and others are sitting in chairs in front of the Don's flowered-covered casket. They watch as mourners place single red roses on top. We see Johnny, Clemenza, and his wife toss roses. Barzini tosses a rose and glances at Michael and nods. We see Tessio walking from Barzini towards Michael. Mike, could I have a minute? Tessio moves with Michael away from the others. Barzini wants to arrange a meeting. He says we can straighten any of our problems out. You talk to him? Yeah, I can arrange our security on my territory, all right? All right. Michael goes back to sit down next to Tom. Tom says, do you know how they're going to come at you? Well, they're arranging a meeting in Brooklyn, Tessio's ground, where I'll be safe. I always thought it would have been Clemenza, not Tessio. It's a smart move. Tessio was always smarter. But I'm going to wait. After the baptism, I've decided to be godfather to Connie's baby. And then I'll meet with Don Barzini and Tatalia, all of the heads of the 5 families. We cut to the interior of a church. The organ plays as a baby cries. Kay carries Carlo and Connie's baby towards the altar, followed by Michael. Priest talks in Latin. Domino sanctoro spirite omino domne mare Christo alevare mi amore cirason. He continues on breathing on the baby 3 times. Let us pray. While the priest continues, cut to hotel room. Rocco is preparing his machine gun. Cut to Clemenza walking to his car carrying a large package. He pauses to wipe his car. Cut to a church. Priest dips his hand into oil jar and sprinkles on the baby's lip and chin. Domino quere o non Christe Monte Cristo de ondera de onde Carlo mi amore chicafele corazon. Cut to the barbershop. Barber is painting on lather on Willie Chi-Chi's face for a shave. Cut to hotel room. Neri takes his old policeman uniform out of a suitcase. Cut to church. Priest dips his hand in more oil, signs the cross on the baby's forehead. Domino mare Christe in amore cegafele corazon. Cut to the hotel. Clemenza, carrying his package, ascends the stairs. Cut to the church. Makes a sign of a cross over the baby. Onde mare mare Cristo mi amore cicafele donde Christe donde la biblioteca. Michael, do you believe in God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth? I do. Cut to the building lobby. Barzini walks in, stepping out for a cigarette. Do you believe in Jesus Christ, his only Son, our Lord? I do. Do you believe in the Holy Ghost, the Holy Catholic Church? I do. The priest continues. Courthouse. Barzini's car is parked. Neri motions to the chauffeur to move the car. Move the car! Hotel stairway. Clemenza continues to ascend the stairs with his package. Cut to hotel room. Rocco is greeted by a man who gets a gun. They descend steps. Barbershop. Chi-Chi exits. Cut to the church. The ceremony continues. Donde mare Cristo, donde mare piravele orazon. Courthouse. Barzini and his bodyguards descend the steps. Neri writes a ticket. Cut to the hotel. Chi-Chi's ascending the steps. Pause to lean on a rail as he smokes. Clemenza makes it to the 5th floor elevator. Ding! Presses the button. Massage room. Mo Green is lying on his stomach, getting a massage. Church. The ceremony continues. Onde mare mare Jesus Cristo de Ramana. Michael Francis Rizzi. Do you renounce Satan? The organ continues to play. Hotel elevator opens, revealing Stracci, Don, and the elevator operator. The door opens, and Clemenza, boom, boom, fires 2 shots. Cut to church. I do renounce him. Cut to the massage room. Gunman opens the door. Mo Green can't find his glasses. Stumbles to put his glasses on. Who's that? Boom! Right in the eye, a gunshot cracks the lens of the glass. Boom! Mo Green is dead. Cut to church. And all his works. Cut to the hotel. Chi-Chi ascending his steps, then follows Don Cuneo into a revolving door, locks the revolving door, and then shoots 4 times. Boom, 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 boom. Cut to the church. I do renounce them. Cut to motel room. Boom! Rocco kicks the door open, and another gunman. Boom, 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 boom. The girl screams, "Oh my God! Oh my God!" And she and Talia are riddled by bullets. Brrr, brrr. Cut to the church, and all his pomps, I do renounce them. Cut to the courthouse. Neri shoots Barzini's bodyguard twice. Boom, boom, and his chauffeur once. Boom! As Barzini turns to run, Neri drops to one knee and carefully fires at Barzini. Boom, boom, 2 shots. He falls down the steps, toppling down, tumbling over himself. Neri gets picked up by a car. Cut to the church. Michael Rizzi, will you be baptized? I will. He pours holy water on the baby's forehead. In nomine Patri et Filii, in the name of the Father and the Son. Cut to motel room. Tatalia's dead body on the bed. Cut to the revolving door. Don Cuneo's dead body. The priest's voice, Ad Spiritus Sancti and the Holy Spirit. Cut to the courthouse, dead bodies of Barzini, bodyguard, and the chauffeur. Priest's voice, Michael Rizzi. Cut to the church, a candle is held before Michael. Go in peace and may the Lord be with you. Amen. Dissolve to the church, exterior steps. The family is outside, congratulating Connie and Carlo. Yay! Yay! Come on, kiss your godfather. Michael kisses the baby. Kay carries Anthony out. Rocco drives up and goes to Michael, whispering in his ear. Michael responds inaudibly. Rocco packs him and then exits. Michael says, Carlo, can't go to Vegas. Something's come up. Everybody's going to leave without us. Connie gets in the way. Oh, Mike, it's our first vacation together. Carlo snaps back at her. Okay, Connie, please. Michael, what do you want? Go back to the house. Wait for my call. It's important. All right. Michael turns to Kay. It'll only be a couple of days. Michael kisses Kay, pats Anthony's head, and kisses Mama. Stata bene, stata bene. The family and guests dissipate as the priest and Monsignor ascend the steps. Cut to the Don's kitchen. Tessio into the phone. We're on our way to Brooklyn. I hope Mike can get us a good deal tonight. Tom responds, I'm sure he will. Dissolve to the Corleone gate. Tessio and Tom leave the house. Willie Chichi stops them. Chichi says to Tessio, Sal, Tom, the boss says he'll come in a separate car. He says for you two to go on ahead. Tessio can't believe this. He can't do that. It screws up all my arrangements. Well, that's what he said. Tom and another buttonman step up. I can't go either, Sal. Tessio sees a third buttonman step up. And then he realizes what's happening. Tell Mike it was only business. I always liked him. He understands that. Excuse me, Sal. Huh? Tom. Can you get me off the hook? For old time's sake. Can't do it, Sally. Tom nods to the buttonman who takes Sal to the car. Tom walks inside and pauses to look out the window. Cut to Connie and Carlo's house. Tom, Michael, Neri, and Rocco enter. Carlo hangs up the phone that he was dialing. Michael looks at Carlo. You have to answer for Santino, Carlo. Mike, you got it all wrong. You fingered Sonny for the Barzini people. Ah, that little farce you played with my sister. You think you could fool a Corleone? Mike, I'm innocent. I swear on the kids. Mike, please, Mike, don't do this to me. Sit down. Michael pulls up his own chair. Carlo sits down too. Mike, don't do this to me. Mike, please. Barzini's dead. So is Philip Tattaglia, Mo Green, Strachey, Cuneo. Today I settle all family business. So don't tell me you're innocent, Carlo. Admit what you did. Get him a drink. Come on. Don't be afraid, Carlo. Come on, you think I'd make my sister a widow? I'm godfather to your son, Carlo. Go ahead, drink it. Drink. No, Carlo. You're out of the family business. That's your punishment. You're finished. I'm putting you on a plane to Vegas. Tom? Then after Tom hands Michael a plane ticket, which he hands to Carlo, I want you to stay there. Understand? Carlo nods. Only don't tell me you're innocent, because it insults my intelligence, and it makes me very angry. Now, who approached you? Tattaglia or Barzini? Carlo hesitates. It was Barzini. Good. Michael stands up. There's a car waiting for you outside to take you to the airport. I'll call your wife to tell her what flight you're on. Oh, Mike, please. Come on, get out of my sight. Carlo turns. Rocco helps him put on his coat. Cut to Corleone Gate. Button Man is putting luggage into the rear of the car. Carlo gets into the front seat. Cuts to the interior of the car. Clemenza is behind Carlo, sitting in the back seat. Hello, Carlo. Clemenza puts a wire around Carlo. He kicks his feet through the windshield, which breaks as the car takes off. Michael, Tom, and Rocco watch. After the car pulls away, we dissolve to the Corleone's house. Moving men load a truck labeled John J. Bartek Moving. We see a sign on the wall that says Future Commercial Development, Genco Land Company, with a small sold sign underneath it. A limousine drives through the gate, stopping beside the moving truck. Connie gets out, arguing with her mother, who's seated in the car. What are you trying to tell me? Look, I'm trying to tell you you're wrong. Oh, Mama, please. Michael. Kay comes out. What is it? Where is he? Where's Michael? Connie and Kay run out. Connie opens the door to the Don's office. Michael's office. Michael is sitting at the desk with Neri behind him. Kay follows. Connie yells at him, Michael, you lousy bastard, you killed my husband. You waited until Papa died so that nobody could stop you, and then you killed him. You blamed him for Sonny. You always did. Everybody did, but you never thought about me. You never gave a damn about me. Now, what am I going to do? Kay says, Connie. Kay puts her arms around Connie. And Connie says, why do you think he kept Carlo at the mall all the time? He knew he was going to kill him. And you stood Godfather to our baby, you lousy, cold-hearted bastard. You want to know how many men he had killed with Carlo? Read the papers. After that, she picks up and slams down a paper. That's your husband. Connie goes towards Michael. Neri holds her back until Michael motions that it's okay. Come on. No. Get her upstairs. Get her a doctor. Neri takes Connie out of the room. Michael sighs and lights a cigarette. She's hysterical. Michael looks at Kay, and Kay looks at him. And she says, Michael, is it true? Don't ask me about my business, Kay. Is it true? Don't ask me about my business. No. Enough! All right. This one time, I'll let you ask me about my affairs. Is it true? Is it? No. Oh, Michael. I guess we both need a drink, huh? Kay leaves the room to fix Michael a drink. At the same time, Rocco, Clemenza, and Neri enter the office. Clemenza shakes Michael's hand. Kay turns her head to watch. They embrace Michael and kiss his hand. Clemenza, as he kisses Michael's hand, says, Don Corleone. Rocco kisses Michael's other hand as Neri shuts the door right on Kay.